Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today we're going to be kind of cleaning the whole house, living room, kitchen. I will be cooking in this video as well, just a quick and easy recipe. So make sure you stay tuned and enjoy the video. I'm going to go ahead and just get into it and play some music. Thanks you for stopping by my channel. Go ahead and make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and please leave a comment down below. I'd love to get comments from you guys, and I will see you later. Thanks. All right, guys, here we are finally to the cooking portion. So I'm going to take some bacon here. This is like 6 strips maybe, and I'm just cutting it up, dicing it up before I cook it. I'm also going to dice up a whole onion. So here in my Dutch oven, I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of butter and go ahead and get that warming up and melting down in the pot. And then I'm going to add the bacon. Yes, the bacon obviously will give off fat, but you should always start with a little something to get it going. Plus, we're going to put a lot of veggies and stuff in here. So I want to make sure that there's plenty in there to get it all going. So I add the bacon, I let that kind of cook up for just a little bit, and then I'm going to add in the onion as well that I cut up. You'll also see me add in 2, 3, 4, it's like 2 heaping tablespoons, I would call it, probably closer to 3, maybe even 4 tablespoons of garlic. So put in as much as you like for your taste. But that's how much I put in. We're just going to saute this around until the bacon cooks down and the onions get nice and translucent. I'm going to, at this point, go ahead and add in some freshly cracked black pepper, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so I am cutting up just some sausage. This is like a smoked sausage. It's already cooked pretty much. You just got to heat it up. And the way I chop mine is on a long diagonal angle because I like the pieces to be longer, bigger pieces. Now you chop it however you'd like. You can make them thicker or thinner, long, short, however you want to. I went ahead and moved the onions and the bacon to one side of the pan. That way I could put the sausage down on the other side with another tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons of butter, just to try to get some browning on that sausage there. All right, now here we are back with a head of cabbage. This is cabbage that I had in my refrigerator. I had already used a couple pieces off of it for a couple other meals, as you can see, and I'm just chopping it up around the core there. And I'm cutting it into fairly big chunks. You know, cabbage will kind of cook down and it's going to reduce, and so it might seem like a lot, but it's really not. So they're bite-sized chunks, but maybe a little bit on the larger size so that they can wilt down. When you're cooking this dish, you can definitely cook it as little or as long as you want. Everything that's in there is fully cooked at this point. So you're just cooking down that cabbage and getting it to the consistency that you want. We do like still a little bit of crunch to our cabbage, so it's not super soft, but do what is tasteful to you and your family. So I'm going to stir everything together here, and then I'm going to start adding the cabbage a handful at a time. I do stir it completely in before I add the next handful. I just find that it's easier to incorporate everything, make sure it's all covered with the butter and the fat from the bacon, and everything is nicely coated and stirred together. Alright, so at this point you can go ahead and add your favorite seasonings. I'm using some onion powder there, some garlic powder, and I'm going to use a Goya Total seasoning. And I'm going to just stir that in, make sure everything's evenly coated, get the cabbage and stuff from the bottom of the pan, flip it over to the top. Sprinkle in a little bit of the Slap Ya Mama. Now it does have some spice to it, so I didn't put too much in there because the kids will be eating this, but I did put a little bit in there for the flavor. And then I used a can of diced tomatoes. This is the garlic and olive oil. So delicious, brings so much more flavor. Now I'm gonna add I would say this is like maybe 2 tablespoons, tablespoon and a half of the chicken bouillon, and then I do add a can and a half, I just used that same tomato can, of water. Now if you want to make this more soupy, by all means add more water. I kept it kind of soupy, a little bit soupy, but not really. So I let that go ahead and simmer down for just a little bit, maybe 5-6 minutes. And then I just took some leftover Spanish rice that I had in the refrigerator that I wanted to kind of beef up the dish a little bit and also get to use the leftover. Added that in there, and the icing on the top was half a lemon that I squeezed in there. It did not make the dish taste lemony, but it does just bring like this wow to the dish. Like it just heightens everything. There it is. I tasted the broth to make sure if it didn't need any more seasoning. One of my little boys wanted a little taste test, so they got to taste it, and it's pretty much done. Like I said, at this point, you cook it for as long as you need to get the cabbage to the consistency that you like. So thank you guys all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this simple, easy recipe, and make sure you give the video a like and leave a comment down below. Talk to you next time. Bye.